Hello everybody, welcome to another Dragon Ball Legends character review. And this time I am reviewing SSJ3 Goku because not recent, but recently he got a Zenkai, right? And just about like 2 days ago, I was able to get a Zenkai maxed out right here, you see? So for his Zenkai ability, characters that are both element green and episodes like the movies during battle get an additional 40% on both strike and blast attack and 35 on both base strike blast defense. So, meaning if we go to our characters list, right, and we go to green and sagas from the movies, we can see here how many units this guy can buff. As you can see here, he even buffs Goku. So we have this. I don't have him, so I can't really use him. But we have here other options too. But yeah, and his Z ability. Let's see, his Z ability: 2% to strike shock damage for tag Sun family, and 30% to tag Sun family. Episode from the movies or tag same base strike at blast attack during battle. So basically, if we can make this smaller, because some of these are not gonna get buffed, because the Sun family hybrid Saiyans, I'm pretty sure. No, not even hybrid Saiyan, because he doesn't do that, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, he doesn't do hybrid Saiyan. So this is officially what he can also buff with this Z ability. Not much, but I'm pretty sure he can do a lot. So for his team, we're gonna start with his team first. This is the team that I use for the showcase last time. As you can see, I switched it up because I learned something very valuable about their Zenkais, and that is that their Zenkais have a and right here. So at first I thought it was like a Z ability. If they're either a Saiyan or a Sun family, it'll work. But for the Zenkai ability, they have to have both. So, for example, it has to be green and episode from the sagas. Episode sagas from the movies. So if they're not gonna buff anything at all. So that's something I just learned today. So first we have here, obviously the SSJ3 Goku is the leader slot, and then we have here the new recent LF Broly, and then we got Saiyaman 1, 2, Saiyaman 1 and 2 for our top. And Revenge, I don't have this guy's Zenkai, so I'm going to be using his Z ability. His Z ability buffs tag power from an opponent, which is LF Broly, or episode from the movies, which is basically the whole top 3. Strike, attack, and defense during battle by 28%. Right, and his Zenkai is element blue and episodes from movies. But since I don't have his Zenkai, it doesn't really matter for me. And then we got this Broly right here. I got his Zenkai at 1, so he's not gonna do much. But his Z ability does 23% to episode started for the movies, which is my top 3, base strike and blast defense during battle. And his Zenkai ability is gonna primarily buff SS3 Goku by 15% to strike and blast attack and 20% to base strike and blast defense, which is not much, but honestly, it's what I could have. You guys probably had him like a 7 Zenkai, and that's fine. That's actually way better than me. And then last Zenkai is not gonna buff him. It's just gonna buff these two. We got here our Zenkai SS3, the other Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Majin Buu Saga. Yeah, this was the Majin Buu Saga. Okay. His Z ability, 30% to element red base strike and blast defense during battle. Blast attack. And Zenkai ability is element red and tag Saiyan, 30 to both strike and attack defense. 35 to blast and blast defense. Blast attack and blast defense, my fault. So yeah, we got one that buffs all of it. one that specifically buffs SSJ3 Goku, and one that buffs these two. Oops. Anyways, yes, one that buffs these two. Now for his equipment, this is what I have here. Although there are way better options, except for this one. You have to keep this guy here because if you look in his equipment right here, if you see this, oh look like this. This is his unique equipment. Look at this. Base strike blast attack. Its maximum is 35 for all of these. Look at that. For strike blast attack, strike defense, blast defense, all 35 maximum. I don't have it any near, so I don't want to waste any like erasers on this. And then we have our slot 2 here. Base health, health restoration, strike and blast defense when 3 battle members are any combination of episodes sought from the movies, or tag Sun family, which we do. So he's gonna get that additional stuff. And its maximum for base health is 15%. Health restoration is another 15%, and 10% to own strike and blast defense when 3 battle members are any combination of episode styles from the movies and tag Sun family. So that's pretty big help. And then our last slot, which is inflicted damage 10%. This is what I have, but you can choose 3 of these. Wow. But the best one is by far this one right here, which is 30% to damage inflicted, minus 10 to blast arts cost, 50% to your own unit gauge charge rate, and 30% to special move damage once unit gauge is full. Whoa. I need this ASAP. And you can get it with the right here, Ultimate Equipment Collection. It's right here in the events tab. You can go rent that for yourself. I can't since I have like no energy. So anyways, now we're gonna go into deep dive into this guy right here. And yep, by now we're gonna get serious. Anyway, so we have here, he has an ultimate arts, which is how you get his legendary finish right here. So why did I click on this? Anyways, so you can only have one ultimate art, and that is when you hit the main on the bottom left. Oh, my ID just fell down. But anyways, yeah. In order to get a legendary finish, you have to get his main, activate his main, then you get the ultimate cards, and you have to have one I don't know what I'm explaining this, but I'm just explaining just in case for those new guys. You have to bring them really low, I guess, as long as they do enough damage, because you might just have one of those 1 HP. So anyways, we got here special cover change to strike. My bad, I just burped. Special cover change to strike. Okay. Why do I keep clicking that? Special cover change notification. So he prevents cover change. Not prevent it, but cancels it, I guess. Unfavorable element factor notification. Unique gauge, which is the more cards he uses, the stronger they get. No switching. Fast draw multi, which is has multiple effects that increase arts cards draw speed. I didn't know that either. And assault, which gets an increase to damage inflicted when using or landing hits with arts. So I guess each time he uses an arts card, it gets stronger, I guess. So here I have his class is godly, obviously. Awakening rank is maximum. Friendship rank is 1, because, And then for his arts cards held, he has strike damage up, which he literally said right there, assault. Strike cards with 20% to strike damage inflicted for 2 turn counts effect when used. And the same goes for the blast. That's it for the status. We're moving on to arts. Strike and blast are just normal cards, so we're just gonna move on to Super Dragon Meteor. Deals massive impact damage, obviously 30% to special move damage inflicted for 10 timer counts upon activation. Cancels own attribute downgrade and abnormal conditions on hit. If unique gauge is full, inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts upon activation. Blast armor when charging forward. Yeah, this guy, I'm pretty sure with blast, he has no what is it, blast armor, so kinda sucks, but not all of them. And then we have his green card, Enraged Fighting Spirit. Draw a strike card next. Restores one key by 25% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. If unique gauge is full, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draws one new card. When you have 3 or fewer cards, restores health by 10%. Okay, not bad. Actually, not really bad. 50%, 50 key, which is grand. Dragon Fist. Deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. 50% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Applies attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemies sustained damage cut effect for 3 timer counts. Nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. If unique gauge is full, nullifies own unfavorable element factor for 3 timer counts upon activation. Blast armor when charging forward. So yeah, I would suggest before going for the ultimate to max out his gauge, so just you can have a definite kill, or maybe even a legendary finish. And for his arts boost, I have nothing here, so don't even bother. But if you do have a upgrade his arts boost, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 13 bonus, you know. Anyways, for his ability, we have I'm Still Standing, come on, which is his main ability. Sit on tight, guys, because this is where it gets long. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate arts cards Dragon Fist next, which is the one we just talked about. Restores on health by 30% and key by 50%, 30% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. Applies bomb effect, nullifies enemies, destroy card effects to self for 5 timer counts. If the unique gauge is full, the following effects occur upon activation. This is another reason why you should grind your gauge. Restores own banishing gauge by 100. Cancels own attribute downgrade in abnormal conditions. Reduces enemies vanishing gauge to 0. I didn't know that. What? You should definitely get this guy's gauge at full. And requirement is 25 timer counts must elapse. For his Z ability, he gets an additional 7% to all strike and blast attack and strike blast defense. If you get him to maximum, you get an additional 10% to all. His Z ability, 2% to strike arts damage inflicted by tag Sun family and 3% to tag Sun family. Episode selected from the movies, or tag Saiyan base strike and blast attack during battle. If you got him to maximum, he gets 3% to strike arts damage inflicted by tag Sun family and 38% to tag Sun family, episode from the movies, or tag Saiyan base strike and blast attack during battle, which is actually kind of grand. 8% more for strike and blast attack during battle. His Zenkai ability, we just ran over it with it, but we're gonna go over again. So this is where I learned something new. If the person you're trying to buff is element green and episode soccer for the movies, they'll get an additional 40% to strike and blast attack and 35% to strike and blast defense. So make sure that the unit you're trying to buff with this guy is green and it's part from the soccer for the movies. So because I didn't pay attention to that, I kept asking people for help in the Reddit, and that's how I noticed. Anyways, so we have here unique ability. Wait, what is it? Why are these locked? Oh, right, okay. So, in Guardian's Duty, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 70%. Cannot be cancelled. 30% to key recovery cannot be cancelled. Increases art card's draw speed by 1 level. Cannot be cancelled. And -5 to strike art cost cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a strike card next. Restores key by 30. Plus 30 to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts. Activates 3 times. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 10 timer counts. Activates 3 times 2. Charges all unit gauge by 100% when this character uses a strike or blast arts card if there are 2 defeated battle members. Activates once. Didn't know that actually. So that is one of his unique ability, a Guardian's Duty. Now we're going to Winning Trump card. Knocks enemies back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts attack. Activates during assists, meaning it activates when you're when the opponent is changing to a character. Or no, wait, I forgot how they work. Oh yeah, if if the other opponent is attacking you with the strike card and you switch to him, you'll cover change. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Restores health by 3%, restores ki by 5, 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, 5 to 10 ultimate damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and activates 6 times. Which in total you get 30%. Slight charges on unique gauge every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card while on the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self once unique gauge is full. Activates once. Restores health by 10%, 20%, 15% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and enhances special move arts, special arts, ultimate arts, and even its main ability. Wow, okay, so this is exactly why you should get his gauge. I actually, before I read this, which is today, I noticed that this guy, you need to grind his gauge, or else he won't do much damage. Anyways, we have 2 locked here that I have locked. You probably won't have it locked if you apparently maxed soul boost his awakening ranks. So if you were able to get this guy's to a type of class awakening panel, you'll get, when you land a strike or a blast arts hit, seals one enemy's card slot randomly up to 1 slot simultaneously. The sealed card slot cannot be used for 10 timer counts. Inflict attribute downgrade plus 5% to damage received for 5 timer counts. Applies the following effect to self when enemies performs a cover change while this character is on the battlefield. Restores ki by 30, 20% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. And you just get this by going to making this an adapt, which is, I don't know which one it was. But anyways. And then, for our last one, the strength to avert crisis. The following effects occur when changing cover. Restores honor by 10%, activates 3 times, randomly destroys one enemy card, activates once. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 arts card draw speed level for 5 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield according to the number of defeated battle members. 1 or more members restores health by 10%. 2 members applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts. And you have to get this, his class are powerful in order to get this guy too. I didn't know that. Do they all have this? It's crazy. So honestly, I'm kind of, what? This is pretty cool, honestly. Now that I read this, you get to learn something once you like get into deep, huh? So this is SSJ3 Goku. Here's his whatever this is. So cool. Especially like his winning animation after like he does his legendary finish and raises his fist up. I haven't seen the movie for this, so I'm kind of cooked. I also don't like that he's like green, because Gogeta and the whole like Gogeta stuff. But yeah, that freaking ultimate of UG4 as like this automatically kills anybody. So this guy is also quite tanky too, especially with like his unique equipment. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's review. This is SS3 Goku Zenkai review, and I'll catch you on, guys, later.